Do you want to learn about fatty liver disease? Why does it occur? What should you eat to improve it? And above all, what should you avoid? Then this video is going to interest you. Stay, fatty liver is a growing health problem. More and more people are suffering from this pathology. Basically, it's a buildup of fat that shouldn't be in the liver. And due to basically our Western diet, our lifestyle more than just the Western diet alone. The liver is a large organ that is on the right side of our abdomen, right here under the right rib arch. Well, here is the liver, here's the liver. The liver is essential. The liver is a protein factory. It is a detoxifying factory of substances that do not interest us and that our liver removes from the body or transforms them so that they can be eliminated through urine. The liver performs many very vital, very important functions. So having poor liver health not only affects the liver but affects the entire body. It's one of the organs that, if damaged, damages practically the entire body. Why does this fatty liver occur? First of all, you have to know that it's not a trivial problem. As I say, it's the most common cause of liver disease in the West. It's not hepatitis due to pathogens. It's not infectious diseases. It's not any other cause, not even alcohol, which is classically associated with liver disease. It's fatty liver and the diseases that appear after that fatty liver, like non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. Right now, today, it is the most important cause of liver disease in the West, in westernized countries, and also the most important and frequent cause of liver transplant. Look at the dimensions of the problem. Now, we are going to understand what happens for fatty liver to occur. The first thing that has to happen is a chronic excess of energy. That excess energy can come from any macronutrient, but there is a need to blame to a greater extent some specific elements of the diet. And here come the refined carbohydrates. I'm talking about refined flours, white flours, simple sugars, sugars added to food. Processed foods that we all or many consume, that excess energy and that excess refined carbohydrates, when they occur for a few weeks, well, nothing happens when they occur for a month. Nothing happens when they occur for several months. But when it really occurs over the years and is maintained over the years, especially in a context of sedentary lifestyle, chronic stress, poor sleep quality, very poor diet, well, what happens is that a process called de novo lipogenesis is continuously activated, which basically generates fat continuously. That fat goes to many organs, generating the so-called lipotoxicity or fat toxicity. And one of those organs is the liver. The liver is infiltrated with fat. It becomes a kind of duck liver, a liver full of fat, precisely to ducks, to geese. What they do to make their liver a fatty liver, and we eat it in the pate, is to overfeed them throughout their life. Okay? Well, the same thing happens in us. That lipotoxicity and that accumulation of fat in the end generates the histology in a microscope cut that we call fatty liver or hepatic steatosis, which is the more technical name, right? The problem is that it doesn't stop there. That hepatic steatosis over time here is a key factor, progresses to a hepatic inflammation. And when the liver becomes inflamed, it tends to generate a kind of scars. To understand it simply, that we doctors call fibrosis. That hepatic fibrosis, those scars on the liver, make it work worse and worse, that it gets wrinkled and smaller like a stone and ends up leading to cirrhosis. A cirrhotic liver is a malfunctioning liver. A liver that does not work causes health and life-threatening problems in the short term. And that's why it's the most important cause of liver transplant. So now, it's not a trivial matter. It's not a trivial matter. It's a matter that can seriously affect your health. What else do we need to be very clear about? Well, we don't need to reach that extreme of cirrhosis or liver transplant to have problems, since fatty liver, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, which is the second step of fatty liver, let's say the progression of fatty liver, is associated with greater cardiovascular disease of the heart, stroke, of the arteries of the legs. It is associated with a higher probability of cancer, but not only hepatocellular carcinoma or liver cancer, but other cancers outside the liver. It is linked to a greater occurrence of type 2 diabetes, as well as numerous other conditions not mentioned here. And now, what do I have to avoid and what do I have to take to improve fatty liver or to prevent it? And here we stick to dietary factors. We could talk about exercise in another video. We could talk about lifestyle in other videos, or about other factors that are not diet and exercise that include fatty liver. The first factor you should avoid is alcohol. I said that non-alcoholic steatohepatitis has nothing to do with alcohol. In principle, that's why it's called non-alcoholic. However, alcohol is a molecule, a substance that strongly damages the liver. Therefore, you should avoid it. That is, do not try nicotine. Okay, if you already have this pathology, the best thing you can do is forget about alcohol. Completely, 100%. The second point is simple sugars. As I said at the beginning of the video, okay, if there is any element of the diet to blame, it is simple sugars and the continuous excess of simple sugars. It is true that fructose also plays a very important role in the process called lipogenesis, again, that we have discussed. Before, an excess of fructose generates more lipogenesis again and more accumulation of fat in the liver. But here I have to make a distinction, because that excess of fructose does not usually come from fruit as such, taken in solid form. That is, eating fruit usually comes more from juices packaged, juices and natural juices, or fructose added to food industrially. Okay, that's the fructose we don't want. We can take fruit if we have fatty liver. The answer is yes. I would only moderate to about 3 or 4 pieces of fruit a day, maximum. Especially if you are a sedentary person, okay? I wouldn't go beyond those pieces of fruit a day either. Juices and sodas are indeed one of the foods. Whenever I say foods, referring to these more harmful products in fatty liver. And you also have to throw them away. You don't have to drink juices, neither natural nor packaged, or sodas, not even the zero. Get used to drinking water. Get used to not having to drink carbonated drinks, soft drinks, drinks like Fanta, Coca-Cola. No. Get used to drinking water. And then I also mentioned it before, refined flours, like the ones that are found in pizza dough, in conventional white pasta, in industrial pastries. In white bread, you have to greatly moderate these products, or even better, avoid them. And now let's go with the list of 9 diet elements that are very interesting. To take care of your fatty liver, prevent its appearance, or even reverse and completely heal it and make it disappear. Because fatty liver in its initial stages is totally reversible, and with a weight loss even of 7% of body weight, we don't need massive weight losses. It improves and normalizes. If you want another video, okay? Let's say researching how we can find out if we have fatty liver or not, leave it in the comments. The first element that we are going to add to our diet are citrus fruits. As I say, well, fruit in general is not bad. And within the fruit, we have certain elements like citrus fruits that are very interesting because they have been shown to decrease the accumulation of fat in the liver. Within the citrus fruits, lemon, grapefruit, and orange especially, it has been seen that in the skin of these fruits, there are some substances that could improve fatty liver. So it is interesting, therefore, to add them to the diet. However, let's avoid juices made from orange, for example, very common in breakfast here in Spain. Okay, we don't want that. Juices, no juices. The second point is coffee. We have been able to see that those people who often drink coffee have a lower risk of fatty liver. Okay? Coffee is a protective factor in fatty liver. The third point is what are known as green leafy vegetables, broccoli, let's say also lettuce, the kale, chard spinach, green beans, vegetables that grow above the ground, green leafy vegetables, for many reasons. For the fiber, its effect on the microbiota, its bioactive compounds, its phytochemicals, its polyphenols, many factors. The fourth point is a very, very interesting polyphenol, and it is, let's say, one of the newest to be added to the fatty liver therapy. It is resveratrol. We also have to have it on this advantage list of foods that can improve your fatty liver. Fifth point, bluefish. It seems that the omega-3 content of bluefish, and not just omega-3 taken in supplements, seems to improve fatty liver. We have foods like sardines, tuna, mackerel, also salmon, okay? Well, they are very rich in omega-3s, in these essential fatty acids, and they also decrease liver inflammation and improve the lipid profile, also interesting in this disease. The sixth point is curcumin. Curcumin present in the spice turmeric. I have several videos talking about it, as it reduces inflammation, is a powerful anti-inflammatory, and reduces fat deposition in the liver. The seventh point is zinc. This mineral, this trace element, has been shown to increase what is called lipophagy, that is, the consumption of fat by the body, and reduce insulin resistance, which is a factor that is clearly related to fatty liver. Foods that contain zinc are oysters, pork meat, dark chocolate, seeds, and green leafy vegetables as well. The eighth point is a classic in the Mediterranean diet. Extra virgin olive oil for its polyphenols and for other bioactive compounds seems to be key in improving fatty liver. However, don't overdo it with the quantities because it will also contribute to that energy excess. We're going to use it as a dressing but in moderation. And the ninth and last point is vitamin E. The most antioxidant vitamin of all is present in nuts. It's present in seeds. It's also present again in green leafy vegetables. Now you understand why it's so interesting to include them in the diet of a person with fatty liver. And now, yes, we have a list of 9 elements that you have to include if you want to improve your fatty liver. As conclusions to this video, fatty liver, important pathology derived from bad habits established and maintained over time during the years. The most important thing you can do is lose weight through diet and exercise. However, there are things that must be avoided. 100%, you have them on the board. There are things that are interesting to add. None by itself will cure you of fatty liver. None by itself will prevent fatty liver. It's more a compendium of daily habits that you have to implement to improve and really cure fatty liver. And that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope it has been helpful for many of you. See you in the next video and keep empowering. Thank you.